San Antonio Soccer Examiner Chris Hockman with Week 4 of the MLS wrap-up. We're going to do this in installments, so this is just part 1. This is all in an effort to sort of bring down the file size, make uploads quicker, and give you some more information on the teams that you like. So before we kick off, first up, congratulations to Real Salt Lake. They've won their way through to the North American Champions League final. Congratulations, we're all going to be cheering for you, representing the MLS. They're going to take on Monterrey from Mexico, so good luck, and hopefully they can break that streak. MLS teams failing to win in Mexico. But let's get started. Let's jump right in with Wednesday's game, which saw the Vancouver Whitecaps host the New England Revolution. And obviously the big talking point of this game is the 3 red cards, and we'll get to that. But first up, I really want to credit the crowd in Vancouver. A very knowledgeable football crowd, and they were really in that. That was a real football crowd, and it was great to see crowds booing and getting right into it in Vancouver. So well done to the Vancouver fans. I hope to see more of that. But straight down to the refereeing. Toledo lost control late in the first half, very early to lose control. We saw that with his yelling at players just before the first red card, around about the 40-minute mark. Now, was the red card a red? I think it was. I think it was a subtle elbow. But it was there, and the regulations talk about red cards for elbows, especially contacting the head. So I think it was a fair red, but it didn't really matter because the New England Revolution were completely useless with the man advantage. With Toledo losing control of the players, they took things into their own hands. And we saw that with Husley's first yellow, as he really did stupid stuff to get there. As for the penalty, yeah, I thought it was legit. I thought it was a penalty. I thought it was a good call. The commentators, who were New England Revolution fans, were complaining that they didn't think it was a penalty. I thought it was a pretty blatant push on the player, and as such it was a good call. It was a stupid thing to do, very silly to do. You're a man up, and it almost cost them the game, probably deserved to. But just when you thought that was the stupidest thing that would happen in the space of 2 minutes, Husley does something even more stupid and earns himself an early bath for taking off his shirt. When you're already on a yellow card, that's stupid. And we can have this debate about, okay, yeah, he was wearing another jersey underneath, doesn't matter. Players know, they take off their shirt, they're going to get a yellow card. So if you do it when you've already had one, you're just asking for trouble. So he thought he'd be sneaky, but I mean, look who the referee was. He was always going to show him a second yellow for that. And really, it was just a penalty. It's not like he scored the goal of the season. So, yeah, I think he probably deserved it. I think Vancouver defended very well. They were putting their bodies on the line. They were working really hard. But, you know, you knew the pressure was going to tell, or at least you assumed it would. And especially with now down to 9 men, New England Revolution really should have done a lot better than they did. But things were looking really good for Vancouver when the 3rd red came. Now, in real time, this looked real bad, but it looked more reckless than with excessive force, which is only a yellow card, it's not a red card. So I think that one was a little bit of a bad call, you know, but it did look very, very nasty in real time, so cut him some slack there. But, you know, the pressure eventually did tell. It was a great finish for the equaliser, but New England Revolution really didn't deserve a point there at all. Got very lucky. That was an escape for New England. So then we move on to the MLS Cup rematch. FC Dallas did very, very well, and they got revenge over Colorado with a 3-0 win. It was all about good movement from FC Dallas players. That's what really got them all 3 goals. That's what really set them apart. And Castillo was particularly dangerous. We saw good movement in the opening goal, but it was really the second goal, and the second goal really showed FC Dallas' movement perfectly. It was just brilliant, breaking the offside trap, good timing, and a great through ball to put Dallas through it. They really dominated the first half. But you've got to give credit to Matt Pickens, who was the only shining light for Colorado in a poor performance. He really did well. He kept it tight, and he kept Colorado in the game. And Dallas came out fighting in the second half. It was a great start to the second half, and just as I was about to say, great start to the second half, they come out and they score a goal very early. It was a perfect start, a 3-0 win, and that allowed Dallas to just play out the game. They really were playing it out. Once they scored the third, No need to get silly fouls, silly cards. No need to run players down. Just play out the game. So brilliant result for FC Dallas. That's going to really boost them and push them through. So that's all for part 1. We will see you probably after the weekend with a wrap-up of Saturday and Sunday. Thank you, and don't forget to log on to examiner.com, the internet source for the local. Thank you. Bye.